The latest tech.
I'm Alexa. I can answer your questions.
Interviews.
And we are evolving, and we are seeing an amazing opportunity that is happening.
Accessibility.
Accessibility is one of our core values.
This is Double Tap TV.
Welcome to this week's edition of Double Tap TV. Thank you guys so much for being along for the ride. If you want to get in touch, our email address is feedback@ami.ca. On Twitter, we are at Double Tap Canada. And if you use the hashtag AskDoubleTap, we will get to your questions like we did a couple weeks ago with the Ask Us Anything. I am Marc, joined every single week by Stephen Scott, and happy to be here. And Stephen, this week we're going to reminisce a bit, because for those of you who have been following the show for quite some time, you know that last year was CES 2020 before pandemic hit. We were supposed to be together in Las Vegas, Stephen, but unfortunately I was unable to join you because I fell ill. But you were alone on the ground in Las Vegas. The only blind man in Las Vegas, alone with a camera crew.
I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, I think I was the only blind guy there. And there I was, dropped into a place I've never been. And Marc says to me, hey, make a show. So I can easily make a show of myself, but this time I did it with a camera crew.
Yeah, thankfully I found, literally within the last 2 days, made frantic phone calls while I was trying to get better and trying to see if I could get on a plane. Thankfully, I found some great people out in Los Angeles who were able to drive down to Las Vegas and turn CES 2020 into a show that you and I will never forget. So this week on Double Tap TV, we're going to flash back because there was so much on the cutting room floor, or so much that we just didn't have a chance to get to, even in that hour-long special that we did, Stephen. I mean, you were there. What was the vibe like being among so many people? And of course, now looking back, thinking, when are you ever going to be back in a situation, or put yourself into a situation where you'll be around that many people at one given time?
Well, I think it's a long way off, to be honest. But I mean, thinking back to that, it was an event like I've never been to. I've been to a lot of exhibitions in my time, but this was an exhibition on steroids. I mean, it's just insanely busy. And, this takes over 4 major hotels along the strip of Las Vegas. And, when I think of a hotel, I think of a fairly, reasonably sized building you could get around, and, if you were walking around it, it would maybe take you 10, 15 minutes. It took me 10, 15 minutes just to walk from one corridor to another. This place is huge. And I'll tell you something, I didn't lose a lot of weight, and I don't know why, because I was walking a lot during that time. Yeah, it was quite incredible. Thank you. I've got to say thank you, though, to my wonderful assistant, Jane, who came with me. I don't think I'd have managed it without her, quite frankly.
Yeah, it is a lot of show floor to cover, especially when you're alone. We scheduled a lot of things that we didn't even get to just because of the physical space that we had to deal with when getting there. So you know what, Stephen, let's take a quick break, and we're going to come back and we're going to set up a couple of these cool interviews that you had an opportunity to get hands-on with. And you know what? So relevant today, because a lot of these products, when we see them at CES, are still a couple years out of market, if not a couple months out of market. So these cool products that we're going to see in just a couple seconds are only now getting to market, and we're only now getting our hands on. This is Double Tap TV. We're going to take that quick break and come back and hit that show floor just like it's 2020 with CES and Stephen Scott. Stick around, it's Double Tap TV.
Love Double Tap TV? Listen to AMI Audio for Double Tap Canada every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern for news and reviews on everything tech. This is Double Tap TV.
We are back on Double Tap TV. Thank you guys so much for being here. Again, the email address feedback@ami.ca if you want to get in touch with us. On Twitter @DoubleTapCanada with that hashtag, which is AskDoubleTap. I am Marc, by my side Stephen Scott, who was not by my side at CES 2020, but did have an opportunity to sit down with lots of really cool companies and really cool people, and most importantly, really cool tech. Now, Stephen, Orcam is a company that we know quite well on this show, do we not?
We do. I mean, this is an incredible company that has really only risen up over the past couple of years, really trying to harness the power of artificial intelligence to try and explain the world around us. To a blind or partially sighted person, the challenge of just picking up a menu in a restaurant, it can be huge. The idea of just sitting there reading through the menu, reading through what the desserts are. I always do that first. That is really, really valuable. To be able to do that on your own, to do that independently rather than having someone read it to you. That's what Orcam aims to provide. It aims to provide that independence. It's an Israeli-based company, and they were at CES showing off some incredible products.
And one of those new products is My Eye 2 from Orcam, and here is Stephen Scott in conversation with Orcam's Rafi Fisher.
So this is Orcam My Eye 2, the 2 meaning the second generation of our device. It's already out there being sold in 50 countries almost, in 25 languages, including, of course, Canada. And we do have a English-Canadian and a French-Canadian version of the device. So as you can see here on the camera, it's about the size of my finger. It's here, let me hold it. It's very lightweight. It weighs 0.8 ounces, which is 22.5 grams.
You would barely notice.
Right, you wear it on your glasses. You don't even feel like you're having it on, exactly.
Size of a stick of chewing gum, I think.
Right, and, we wanted to make this very, very discreet because our users didn't want to have attention called to them, like have like a sign over their head, look at this bulky device I'm wearing, because wearable magnifiers are quite, bulky, of course.
They're big and
yeah, and this is like a it could be mistaken for a Bluetooth device, basically, So there's a camera on one end, and there's a small speaker for the audio on the other, and we made it wearable. And the way we have it to wear hands-free is on any pair, almost any pair of glasses or sunglasses. So if you feel here, on this glasses I have a magnetic mount on either side. You can choose which side of the glasses you want to put it on.
Yes, you could have it on either side, and yeah, there's a sort of ridge, a thicker ridge along the side here, and that I'm guessing is where Orcam magnetically connects.
Absolutely. So you put the glasses on like you normally would, and even if you don't have glasses, you can get any pair. I mean, it's just a platform to wear the device. I mean, the lenses on these glasses are zero prescription, just a way to wear Orcam. So if you feel here, there are 2 embedded magnets here that match up to the mount.
Matches up with the mount. Yeah,
exactly.
Mount, yeah.
So I'm just clicking it on right now, and I'm wearing Orcam. Okay. Normally, as the person wearing the device, the speaker is right above my ear. Only I would hear the audio output. But because we want to catch it on camera, I have a Bluetooth speaker that will simulate what I would normally hear just privately.
Excellent.
Okay. So very robust feature set for Orcam. If I had to describe in one sentence what Orcam does, is it communicates visual information by audio in real time to the person wearing the device.
And in layman's terms, that is reading documents, that is reading mail,
absolutely,
newspapers.
Fitting all this power into such a small device is like putting an elephant into a small closet. Co-founder and OOZ0.
I just put my hand in front of me like a stop motion, and that stopped the reading. This is really the world's most advanced, versatile OCR, optical character recognition. I mean, you can take this device anywhere, and because it works offline, you can be on an airplane, on the top of a mountain somewhere, or in the corner of the supermarket with no cell phone reception, because it's not relying on that,
Stephen, another company that you had an opportunity to sit down with is a favorite of both yours and mine. In the pro audio space, we've known them for a very long time, but they're also available on the consumer side of things, whether it be headphones and microphones, and that company is Shure. Here's your conversation with that company at CES.
I hadn't tried until today your amazing noise-cancelling headphones. Can I put these on? Just to show people at home how amazing they are. I'm going to shout at you a lot in the next couple of minutes, I promise. Because when you put them on, the sound just goes completely. So these, tell us what these are. Tell us what.
So these are actually wireless. We're showing them in a wired capacity here. So let's show them in their true beauty here. They are.
What color is that?
That's brown.
It's a brown color, brown headphone.
A brown faux leather headphone. Bluetooth connectivity, noise cancellation, and environment mode. So you could put it in environment mode and not shout your head off, and that would be, beneficial to the audience at home. So it has a nice tactile button on it, which I really like, because instead of swiping or beeping or booping and hoping for the best, you just reach your finger back and you click between noise cancellation on the bottom, normal mode in the middle, and environment mode on the top.
That's really nice, because a lot of new noise cancelling headphones have it built into apps.
Yes.
So you've got to go into an app, you've got to change settings.
Right.
Whereas this, you can do it right on the device.
But you will be able to control it with an app.
You've got that
should you
option as
want
well.
that, functionality.
Okay, so I'm going to put these on.
Okay,
and you're going to play me music, are you?
I'm going to plug these back in so you will get the music. And it's in environment mode, so you shouldn't be shouting.
So I shouldn't be shouting?
No, theoretically.
Okay. So
well, now it's quiet.
Oh, of course, that's typical. The music is just
perfect
stopped
timing.
as I put them on. Right, okay. But yeah, I can hear what's around me. I can hear me talking.
Yes.
That's loud.
That's the... And of course, the
that
loudest demo of the day comes on.
So I take them off so I can hear you. Because that is really loud music.
Yes.
Good music, though. So put that into noise cancelling mode, or tell me what to do here.
So you're going to reach right here and go all the way down.
So on the side, your cup, just on the side of the cup, okay. And it's currently slid up.
Yes, to environment mode, so you can hear the world around you, and then back it down, and you will tune all of us out and just hear Bully playing in the background.
Sounds pretty cool. Okay.
Now he's really going to yell at us. It's going to be good times.
Go on.
And goodbye, world.
I can hear nothing. I told you I'd be shouting at you. I told you.
He did.
That's so loud.
I know.
That is really. Wow. Was I shouting all loud there?
Yeah,
Was I?
no, it's no.
No, not
a little bit.
No? Right. Okay.
A little bit. Yeah.
Okay. Fine. So obviously these are fantastic when you're out traveling. Safety's key, though. That's why you've got environment mode in there. And for a lot of blind people like myself, I use these kind of noise cancelling headphones a lot. You want to make sure when you're looking at. Make sure, see what I did there? Yeah. Make sure that when you are out there and you've got these on, that's loud.
That is.
You want to make sure that you've got some kind of environment mode capability on those devices so that if you choose to not be hit by a bus, it doesn't happen, which is key.
Exactly.
I'm all for that.
We like to avoid being hit by a bus at all costs.
Yeah.
Generally.
It's preferable for most.
It is.
But this isn't all you do.
No.
In fact, what is most interesting to me is that you do a lot on microphones for smartphones.
We do.
As well as for other devices as well, but certainly for smartphones. A lot of blind people especially, a lot of people now are into the world of podcasting.
Yes.
So being able to make your own podcast at home with easy to use technology, accessible technology, is pretty important. So talk us through what you've got here that's allowing us to do that.
Take a step with me this way. So we have our Motive line of microphones here. So what you can see here. So benefit to this guy here, for example, this is the MV88 Plus, which we launched last year at CES, is that you can control the polar pattern of the microphone. And why that's important is if you're using it for, let's say, content creation. If you're at a show like CES, you can put it into stereo mode, open it up wide, walk the show floor, get the sights and sounds of AES.
You can really get the environment.
Yep.
You can understand the environment.
Exactly. Switch it up to cardioid mode, and then I could do a quick vlog. And then if I switch it up to mono bidirectional mode, that disables the front microphone and lets me be here and you on the other channel, and we can have a nice little convo and get that interview in real time without having to swap out a bunch of different mics.
And what you've got there is you've got a smartphone on a tripod.
Yes.
Is that then connected? Is that a mount that the phone sits in? It's one unit essentially, isn't it?
So it all breaks down into this cute little neoprene pouch. So you can put all the
pouches.
Pouches are great.
I love
pouches are great. Dane, you can just unplug that. And this, with the whole kit, comes with the video kit option. So that's what I love about it, because if you buy it as a creator, you don't want to have to buy the tripod and the shoe mount and the cables. It comes all in one nice little package. It also comes with a lightning cable and a USB-C cable, which is very handy.
How much does that retail for?
$249.
$249. Okay,
yeah.
Fantastic. That's US?
That's US.
Okay, great. You've got some amazing stuff on show. And of course, you don't just do those kind of cameras, you do other options as well for podcasters and for people who want to connect their microphones to computers as well.
Yes.
Got a whole wide range. How can people find out more?
They can go to www.shure.com, and we have a great website tool that lets you find the microphone for your particular application. So you could look at it for podcasting, for journalism, and start there. It's a great place to go.
And this one here?
Yes.
You're not going to mind if that just comes home with me, are you?
Oh, right. Well, I'm going to have to talk to some people, but you know.
Excellent. While you're talking, I'm going to run
You're
away.
Just going to leave?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Good talking.
Oh, it's been lovely talking to you.
You too. Thank you so much.
Thanks for your time.
Appreciate it.
I'm taking this.
Okay, bye.
Stephen, you had so many cool opportunities there. I wish I was by your side. Unfortunately, I was not able to be there. As we, alluded to off the top, I fell ill. Mitchell fell ill. He was going to be there too, which was just kind of a bummer. But it's okay. We will be back at CES again, maybe in the future when they don't do it virtual. It is Double Tap TV. We're talking all things CES 2020. There's more to come because Stephen had an opportunity to sit down with some really cool companies, and we are flashing back to those opportunities. Stick around. More Double Tap TV in a moment.
For more great Double Tap TV content, visit ami.ca/doubletap. This is Double Tap TV.
Welcome back to Double Tap TV. Thank you guys for being here. Again, our email address, as always, is feedback@ami.ca. If you want to reach out on Twitter, it is @DoubleTapCanada with that hashtag, which is #DoubleTap. I am Marc. Stephen Scott is by my side as we flash back to CES 2020. God, it feels like so long ago amongst all this pandemic and this chaos. CES 2021 is coming up, but it's going to be all virtual, and we'll have a CES special for you, I promise, as well. But now, let's go back to an interview that Stephen Scott had with a company that is known mostly for their turntables. This is CEO Scott Hagan of a company called Victrola.
Well, Victrola started in 1906. And it was really about bringing music to life for all sorts of different consumers, but also making it look and feel good and creating great memories. And Victrola is still about that. And so what we've done this year is we've started taking advantage of all the opportunities that consumers have to listen to content with the smart home devices that they have and the smart home speakers that are in all their homes, and finding a way to allow those customers to not have to get rid of that tactile experience and to bring music around their home no matter where they are in their home at any given point in time. So with that, what we're showing here is the introduction of a new technology that we're putting into many of our products this next year, which allows a customer to simply access an app, onboard a product onto their current network, and then stream their analog content, whether it's a vinyl, a cassette player, or a tactile CD, all the way around their home where they want to listen to it and when they want to listen to it and how they want to listen to it. The other thing that we're also very excited about is when doing research and hearing about our Victrola consumers, what they liked and didn't like about having smart home speakers all around their home. One of the things that they wish they had more of is better quality sound, and also things that looked and actually felt better in their home. And so we're continuing to leverage our legacy of Victrola with beautiful looking products that also allow you to touch and feel them with great materials and great design, and actually bring that alive into your digital ecosystem.
So are you saying that the idea of moving away from all this, which is what's happened for many years now, we've moved away from the idea of having that central hi-fi in the home to actually bringing it back? People want it back in their home. They want to be able to touch and feel their music collections again, get back into the music they love. Are you finding that?
Absolutely. And what we're finding is that people that are listening to digital content are also, they're taking in a ton of analog content. The people that are music lovers that are listening to digital content are also the people that are buying vinyl. They're the people that are consuming vinyl actually on a very regular basis. And why are they doing that? I have a fundamental belief and a passion around the idea that more families are sitting down and listening to music. We don't sit down and listen to music anymore. We walk around the home and we do all sorts of things, and we drive when we listen to music. Yeah. But more and more consumers and people are actually starting to take a step back and sit down and enjoy and appreciate an entire album.
That's amazing. I mean, you've got the turntable, as you see, you've got cassette tape in there. Even that seems to be making a comeback, which is incredible, in a good device like this. What kind of price are you looking at for these kind of devices?
These devices that will connect to your home and connect to all of your other speakers within your home are going to range around $299 to maybe $249 to start. And as time goes by, you'll see that these products will expand into other different parts of our assortment, both higher price and lower price.
Of course, yeah. I mean, that's the price of a standard smart speaker, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, you know, and you get so much more for it.
Right.
I mean, I just love listening to my old music, and I know that a lot of blind people are huge fans of that tactile experience, touching records, touching their cassette tapes, you know, being able to hold music. You know, I feel so bereft of music these days when I think about my digital collection. This sounds amazing. Scott Hagan, thank you so much for telling us.
Nice to meet you, thank you.
Who would have thought, Stephen, that a company like Victrola would evolve even beyond the turntable? You know, thankfully companies are smart enough to find ways to still be relevant in today's market.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. And they didn't just have turntables on show either. One thing I found a bit later on was, and I got very excited about this, remember the old Ghetto Blaster type, you know, tape decks?
Yeah, of course.
I loved those.
Cassette player with the AM/FM radio, and
still
sometimes a CD player at the top.
Yeah, that's right,
Wow.
exactly. And
that's
they're
amazing.
still doing them, and it's wonderful. So they're mixing the new with the old, which is which is just fantastic.
Now, you had some other opportunities as you were walking the show floor. I remember when I was editing the show the first time, just immersing yourself in that giant wall of TVs. I think it was at the LG or Samsung booth. Even for someone with low vision, you found that to be absolutely insane. But there were some other opportunities as well that you kind of walked into.
Yeah, quite literally in most cases. But one that really made me smile was I had gone to Amazon's stand to see not just the Echo Dots and the Echo Shows and all the other stuff they had on display, but to have a sense of their smart home design. Because what Amazon are trying to do is get Lady A, as I like to call her, into as many products as possible. And there was one particular product that I thought I should maybe speak to, considering what it was. This was a smart mirror, which had all the smart technology built in, Lady A built into it. So I decided to ask it a very pertinent question. Alexa, am I gorgeous? I think that's a no.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, Stephen. Sometimes you just don't get the answer you're looking for, such as the case with that smart mirror. Yeah, exactly. Don't ask if you don't want the answer. You also bumped into some cool celebrities. I mean, one in particular seemed to be your favorite.
I was so excited. I heard that Shaquille O'Neal was there. I believe he's involved in sport. And someone said, oh, you'd be very excited to meet Shaquille O'Neal. And then I bumped into the Energizer Bunny. And I have to say, I don't really care much for Shaquille O'Neal because I don't know much about anything he does. But the Energizer Bunny, who doesn't know the Energizer Bunny? And I think the best bit about it was, Mark, me trying to have a conversation with the Energizer Bunny, who clearly had no time for me whatsoever. And I can't say if it was a he or a she. How would I know? But all I can say is Mr. or Mrs. Bunny was too busy having fun banging its drum. Okay, so I'm chasing the Energizer Bunny. Hello, Energizer Bunny. How are you? I'll speak on his behalf. I say he, is that okay? Hey, banging your drum there. And one question for you, Energizer Bunny. Can you go all day? Fantastic, there we go.
Stephen, the Energizer Bunny is not only is he timeless, or she, by the way, but also speaks absolutely every language almost masterfully. So there was your first celebrity experience in Las Vegas. Listen, a good time was had by all. Even though I wasn't there, I felt like I was there. And I think we're only scraping the surface in terms of some of the stuff that ended up on our cutting room floor. But CES 2021 is around the corner. It's going all virtual, so hopefully that gives us an opportunity to get some one-on-one time with some of the really cool companies that we're going to see this year. If you guys have something that you want us to pay attention to at this year's CES, or there's something that you want us to seek out for you, let us know. Our email address, feedback@ami.ca, on Twitter or at DoubleTapCanada with that hashtag, which is @DoubleTap. On behalf of Stephen Scott, I am Marc Aflalo. We'll talk to you again next week here on Double Tap TV.
For more great Double Tap TV content, visit ami.ca/doubletap. Hosted by Marc Aflalo and Stephen Scott. Editing, Will Attar. Production assistants, Wendy KAUFMAN. Content review, Zachary Aflalo. Voiceover, Anna Vocino. Integrated Described Video Specialist, Ron Rickford. Coordinating Producer, Jennifer Johnson. Director Production, Kara Nye. Director Programming, Brian Perdue. VP Content Development and Programming, John Melville. President and CEO, David Arrington. Copyright 2020, Accessible Media, Inc.